We doing it. We doing it. We doing it. We doing it. Come on, bro. Like, how is it gonna do that fast? I didn't ask for that. I did not ask to turn the. Makes no sense. Okay. Alright, I gotta get back to that. Alright, let me make sure this is. Alright. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, hello, hello, hello. I need to be closer. Shoot. So bring it this way. Alright, there we go. There we go. Gotta get this positioning right. There we go. Okay. We professionals here. Yes, we are. We professionals here. We professionals here. You know what? Oh, man. Yo. Take this last little swig of this water. All right. Welcome to another edition of. No, I don't like that. Welcome to another episode of the Manifest Your Dreams podcast. My name is Coach D, founder of Closer to Our Dreams, and we are excited to have you here. Today, for episode 4, we are going to be focusing on mindset. And we have 3 legendary individuals that will be covering their mindset and how they approach their professions. And we're going to come away with some takeaways that you can literally go and utilize in your business or in your profession. Okay? That sucks. It's the only thing about not doing it at a studio. Right. Start over. Come on, man. Start over. Start over. Hello, welcome to another episode of the Manifest Your Dreams podcast. My name is Coach D and founder of Closer to Our Dreams. And today for episode 4, we are going to be focusing on mindset. And we have 3 legendary individuals that will be talking about their mindset and how they approach their profession. All right. So first up, we got Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest basketball players to ever play that beautiful game. And we're going to be talking about the Black Mamba mentality. All right. So when you're going after your goals and dreams, you got to be able to attack it with a newer mindset. Then next up, we have Tom Brady, who operated with a championship mindset, right? Felt like every year that he was playing football, the goal was to win a championship, right? And that's why they said that's why you play, to win the games, right? And then the last individual who is definitely legendary in his own right is Nipsey Hussle. And what I love is that, that message is still continuing to like go all over the world, which is it's the marathon mindset, right? Knowing that the marathon continues is what they used to say, or what they still are saying right now. So right quick, we're going to jump into it. I have notes here because we want to make sure that with our podcast, we really do want you to take this information and implement it. And what we would love to see is, especially if you're checking this out on YouTube, we want you to be able to come back to this episode and post in the comments and say, hey, you know what? I used the Black Mamba mindset in what I was doing, and it allowed me to do X, right? So we want to come back and create a community of dreamers, and not just dreamers though, doers, people that actually do what we're talking about on these podcasts, right? So first up, I'm going to go ahead and read what we got here. Again, it's all about notes. It's all about providing value, and that is what this podcast is for. All right, so with Kobe Bryant, it is the Black Mamba mentality. Kobe's mindset was about relentless focus and personal excellence. Okay, he created the Black Mamba as an alter ego to separate himself from distractions, weaknesses, or fear. All right. And so at the end of the podcast, because I got a story for each one of these individuals, we'll go with a takeaway from each particular mindset. Okay. All right. Next up, we got Tom Brady, who operated with a championship mindset. So Brady wasn't the most talented player entering the NFL. If you don't believe me, look up his NFL combine. Like it's actually has been, known to be like the laughingstock of the league, to show that, hey, like those combines, like I get that they have to do it, but it doesn't always showcase a person's heart or their desire to be the best, right? It's just basically, can you do some drills? And so like there's some really athletic people that do those drills, and they turn out to be not as great as football players or whatever the drill is or whatever the sport is, right? So then it says, but he built a career on preparation, which I think a lot of people forget that, hey, if you want to be great, you must prepare. Discipline. Okay, you got to be disciplined. Hey, no, I can't go to the party tonight because I'm getting ready to dominate my game tomorrow. And then belief, which is key. Gotta believe, right? And so his championship mindset is about doing the little things consistently, training, studying, and executing, so that when the moment comes, you're ready. All right. So that's where a lot of people kind of drop the ball, is sometimes they're just not prepared. They're not even ready for the opportunity as it comes. Because I'll ask you, all right, for those of you who may be listening, maybe you're driving somewhere, like think about it. In regards to your goals and dreams and what you are pursuing, if you were to be given the opportunity to operate at the highest level of what you want to accomplish tomorrow, are you ready? Are you prepared? Are you ready to seize the moment, as they say? And if the answer is no, then that's on you, because everything that you do should be preparation leading you up to be the best, right? So I'll even share like one of my biggest goals of like what I want to achieve with this entrepreneur. I want to go down as one of the greatest entrepreneurs to ever play this game. Because to me, I'm treating this like a game, because yes, it's business, but it's like when you gamify stuff, it makes it a lot more fun. And to me, the only way I can judge that success is how many entrepreneurs did I inspire to just get started with starting a business or doing something in this realm. And that is what motivates me. So it's not really about like, $1 billion or $1 trillion. No, it has nothing to do with it. It's like, how many people can I impact to where they now believe that, hey, they can pursue their goal and dream. And a lot of us don't even realize, like a lot of people say, hey, I don't even have the desire to start a business, but we don't even realize and recognize that the moment we are born, we are our own entity. Like we are it's like it's yourname.com or it's Your Name Incorporated, right? So you have to understand, as even as you're moving in this world, like you need to operate and take up space, because you belong in every room you're going in. Like you already have value as soon as you walk in the room. So a lot of the times we have to just get rid of the limiting beliefs that have been given to us or passed down from others that may have pursued things and it didn't work out for them. So you have to have that belief that, like, you know what, I can do it. And sometimes it's just about having small wins first, so that you can understand like what you could do. So with that being said, I'm going to kind of share stories from each individual, because I think when we are thinking about people at such a high level, we have to, like, be realistic, but also understand why those type of mindsets were created, right? So I know for Kobe, man, just a driven individual. I'll just kind of geek out on why I fell in love with Kobe. So basically, because my favorite player to ever play is Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was such a type of player. And again, I've only seen like from TV. I'm not like I've met him or anything like this. So I always want to put that into perspective, right? So when you would, this is again 90s. So when you would, and this was a great marketing by Nike and Gatorade. So when you would watch Michael Jordan and you would see the things that he would do, you'd be like, man, okay, like how is this human being doing this? How is he hanging in the air? How is he? The thing got me was the tongue. When he would jump up and boop, 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 and then had a tongue out and be like, what? No, he ain't just do that, right? But he did, right? So just even understanding like, okay, wow. But that was my like favorite player. But as he was retiring or getting close to retirement, there was this young kid, man, named Kobe Bean Bryant. And when I tell you, like, just it's just some people that got that aura, man. They got that aura where it's like, I know I'm gonna be great. I know I'm gonna be somebody. I'm gonna dominate. And when you hear the story, one of the stories, especially at his funeral, oh my gosh, that got me was when Michael Jordan just talked about Kobe just always having a hunger for the game. Like I want to be the best. And matter of fact, Michael Jordan, I'm gonna be better than you, right? Just to be able to think like that and know, like, okay, that is a mindset shift. Okay, when you see something, you know you want to do something, and you say, you know what, I want to be the best all time. But here's the greatest thing: he actually reached out to who was the best at that time, in whoever's opinion, right? And he was able to have access to him and get information, right? And one of the stories that I love sharing with Kobe about Kobe is if you're an NBA fan, you'll know this story. And it was I can't remember if it was his rookie year because it was so long ago. I'm aging myself. But it was a year where the Lakers were playing the Utah Jazz, right? And I'll never forget this. And I couldn't understand it because I was like, why are they giving this young kid the ball at the end of the game? So at the end of these games, it was again Utah. Look it up. It's Utah Jazz versus the Lakers, right? And it wasn't. It was a playoff game. Okay, so at that time, they, for whatever reason, they took, I believe it was Eddie Jones. Like Eddie Jones was not in the game, couldn't understand because he was like the veteran of the team, but they put Kobe in. And so, but I guess they needed a 3 to either tie or win the game or whatever. And they allowed Kobe, who's not like he's not a long time season. I think it might have been a rookie year, second year. It was still early in his career. And he gets in the game and he shoots air balls. 1, 2, and 3, right? Now, I can't recall the story all the way correctly. But like, I'm not sure if it was multiple games or if it was all in one game. But I remember this story because I think the coach at that time was, I think, Dale Harris. And he said it was almost as when that happened, because again, that could be devastating. All right, hey, I got the team on my back. They giving me the ball. They saying, bro, shoot it. And you miss. And you miss multiple times. And so they were like, well, after that happened, and all the other players, they walking off the court and whatever. Kobe like, no, I'm about to go shoot this shot until I keep keep making them, right? And to me, that shows even early on, like having that Black Mamba mindset, right? So later on in his career, what caused it was some personal challenges that he was going through. And I love how they shared this in an interview. And he talked about like it was the pressure of being Kobe Bryant was just so much that he needed to create an alter ego almost, that like, hey, once I step on this court, it's like you no longer talking to Kobe Bryant. You are talking to Black Mamba. And he was like once you stepped on the court and it was, you know, the ball is up in the air, it's Kobe gone. And you playing against Black Mamba. And he's like, my goal is to take your throat, to take you out. Right? And that's a mindset. Even think about how can I apply this in like my goal or dream, right? So it might be, hey, you might be a business owner that, you know, I don't know, plumbing company, right? And it might be other plumbing companies around. Well, again, it does, and this is something we need to talk about. It's not about tearing down the other plumbing companies, which a lot of people do. And I really hate that when I go to networking events and I hear about, oh, this person does this and this and that, and this is like, no, if you feel like as an individual you need to tear somebody down in order for it to elevate you, that's an ego problem, right? So like it might be 10, 15 people that do exactly what me, Coach D, and Closer to Our Dreams do. But you won't see me going in rooms and being like, oh, nah, they can't mess with us, man. We out here doing the... No, because matter of fact, I have, again, invested my money to go see how other organizations do things because I'm all about growth and elevation, right? So we got to understand that when we're pursuing something, we don't need to be negative in order to elevate. All right, so back to the point, it was just like, okay, so with you being a plumber, you could just like, you know what, how I'm going to apply the Black Mamba mentality is any job I get, I'm tearing it up. Like I'm going the extra mile. I'm calling the customer after a week just to follow them and say, hey man, you called about your toilet a week ago. I just wanted to make sure everything's straight, like everything good. And you know, let us know if you need anything else. We're here for you. Boom. That's a mentality right there. Like how many plumbing companies out here doing that, right? Or you a real estate agent, like you out here, like, and there's some cool stuff. Again, you can get inspiration anywhere: TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever, and you get ideas on, man, how do I elevate my brand? I've seen some real estate agents do some wild stuff. Like I saw one agent, I think, was giving out Louis V. I was like, well, but I get it. It was about like brand, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like you buying a home is a big deal. So I want to reward you with a nice gift, right? So that just elevates them to like, oh man, that's a whole nother mindset, right? Where other agents might just be like, oh, thank you so much, and just write a regular letter. Like, nah, to go buy a Louis V, write a nice little letter or whatever, or a postcard, whatever, like that's a whole nother level of greatness, all right? So again, don't want to keep these podcasts long, but I'll go on to the next one, okay? So again, the first one is Kobe Bryant with the Black Mamba mentality, right? So it's about focus. It's about being relentless with your focus and personal excellence, okay? That doesn't mean you're going to always get it right, but if you're striving for that, then chances are pretty high, okay? Next is Tom Brady and the championship mindset, okay? And the story I love sharing, especially when I go speak to the kids, man, it is about his draft again. So if you look at Tom Brady's NFL combine, it is by far. And Tom, you can hit me up, Tom Brady, and we can have a discussion about this. It is literally the worst combine I have ever seen in my life. Now again, you know, it might be some other people that might have done worse, but I'm telling you, when you look at that and you look at Tom now, it's like, man, how in the world, right? So how in the world this is the greatest, and there's no debate on this. I'm sorry, the greatest quarterback of all time. I like there ain't no debate. It's like the boy got 7 rings, man. Like, come on. All right. So it's like how championship mindset. But here's the story I love sharing about that. Right. So once he was drafted, last round, all that. Yeah, Mr. Irrelevant. He ain't gonna be nobody. He's not gonna make it. He's not gonna play a long time, right? And here's the story that it's just like he thought based off of I guess he had a great senior season. Some agents told him, hey man, you're gonna go first round, blah blah blah. Because again, the agent just trying to get you signed, man. Let's just be honest. They just trying to get you signed, and in hopes of, hey, we hope you are drafted first round, because that means more money for us too, right? So it doesn't go as he had planned. But this is what I love. This is what I love. New England Patriots got him, and he said, I'm just gonna go in here, and I'm just gonna outwork everybody. Right? And to me, that's championship mindset. I am just going to literally outwork everybody. And how can you do that? By, it says here, training, studying, and executing. And one of the stories, and I'm sure if you know sports, you know this story, and it is so amazing, is that when he got to talk with the owner, Robert Kraft, he told him this as a rookie. Like you know how you got to have some cojones. So cojones. If you're gonna tell the owner this, not just the GM, not just, what I'm saying, not even just coach. You telling the owner, the one that write your checks, hey, we gonna win Super Bowls. I'm gonna win you a Super Bowl. And that boy meant it. And like when you look at how he just operated, it was about excellence. And I love following his journey. And y'all can I want to kind of share with y'all my sports Nostradamus moment, right? So when he was leaving New England, I was like, that boy coming to Tampa. I called it. Like, you can look at my Facebook. I called it. I called 2 things. I was like, he gonna come to Tampa, because Tampa had the best receiving group out. No matter, who you was plugging in at quarterback, it was like, oh, you're going to have a good season, right? Then I was like, and he going to go get Gronk. I called it. Like, look at my stuff. And the reason is, I knew, for one, Gronkowski still looked amazing after he retired with the Patriots. So I could tell he was probably just burnt out by Belichick's coaching style. And if everybody know how Belichick was with his players, right? He's just use them up to they can't be used no more, and then you trade them off, right? So I felt like that's the reason he retired. And so when Tom made the decision to come to the Tampa Bay Bucks, I called everything. I said, hey, he coming to the Bucks. Everybody thought I was crazy, but they were wishfully thinking like, oh yeah, we hope he does. Because again, I'm a Dallas Cowboy, you know what I'm saying, till I die. It's been rough too. But I was like, yeah, he coming to Tampa Bay. People just thought I was crazy too. He coming to Tampa Bay. I was like, he gonna go get Gronk because he need his blanket. That was his blanket. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? No matter what playbook they put together, at his stage of his career, he is the playbook. Tom Brady is the playbook. So whatever he want to call, he going to call it. Okay? Right? And then I was like, they're going to win a Super Bowl the first year. I knew it because everything was stacked up. And then he's got a championship mindset. So I knew. So when he came to Tampa, and they was talking about how he was taking them boys, like even before it was like training camp. He like, all right, man, we finna go over here, you know what I'm saying? And we working before the offseason even start. I need to get familiar with y'all, right? And that's what champions do. That's the preparation piece. That's the operating in your greatness piece right there. Because like he could have just chilled. Like, bro, you already got 6 rings. Like, why are you working so hard? right? So that's the difference. Now here's the story that really got me, and when I heard it, it made perfect sense. I remember the first year when he got there, and they were in the locker room, and when they got to the game to get to the Super Bowl, and they won that game. So then now they're getting ready for the Super Bowl. The story is, and I love that it got out because it shows you like Tom Brady, a savage, bro, that there were some Tampa Bay Bucks players in the locker room crying. And they said, homeboy, Tom Brady said, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck are y'all, what are y'all excited for? Like what we do, we get excited when we win it all. You feel me? And that was like, at that moment I was like, oh, that boy dog. That boy dog. Like, hey, I don't like, bruh, we don't play for AFC or NFC, whatever it is. We don't play for them type of championships. We want the whole thing. So all this crying and all this, y'all need to stop this, because we still got one more game to win. And when I tell you, like, that's what it's about. Like, it's some people out here right now, they clapping, they excited, they crying. They go, ooh, but they ain't, man, you ain't, what? Oh, I'm getting chills now. You ain't won the game yet. You done got a touchdown. And you like, oh yeah, the game over. No, the game ain't over. Like, you might be ahead, you might be doing your thing, but the game is not over, right? And so that's what the championship mindset is, and I love that. I love that. So I love sharing that story because it was like, it's so powerful. And I'm sorry for cussing, but we'll bleep that out. But it was just like, I mean, that's not what I said. That's what he said. I just wanted to give y'all the, the real, the raw. But it was just like, oh my gosh, I understand it now. Like, now I see why people love playing with him, because it's like, hey man, like, it's championship or bust. It's championship or bust every season. So it's like there's a different level of excellence and preparation when you know the goal is, hey, soon as we sign with the Patriots, bro, we can't be out partying and hanging out and all that stuff, because it's like, we here to win. And we here to win it all. Period. Right? All right. So now we're gonna go on to the last one. All right. So now we are to Nipsey Hussle with the marathon mindset. The marathon continues, right? And Nipsey was one of those people, man. Like, I really wish I could have got a chance to meet him. And again, for those of you who don't know, he is a rapper. I'm just gonna be honest. His music is a little vulgar. It's a little you know what I'm saying, knock you right in your chin. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might want to listen to the clean version, you know what I'm saying, on Target. Like, if they got it at Target, you might want the clean version. But as far as, like, his greatness and what he was pursuing, it was just, again, like these three, it's the aura. It's the, like, man, I see you grinding. I see you going after it. And I see you doing everything in your power to make your goal and dream come true. And like I said, his thing is the marathon continues. It was just so beautiful. And he got one interview, I think it's with Big Boy, where he talks about, and maybe we could put a clip of that in here. He talks about, like, man, I've been through every emotion. I've been through every emotion going after what I'm going after. But it's always been like, hey, man, we grinding, we getting through it, right? And that's what it's about when you are pursuing your goals and dreams. It's like, you gotta understand that it is a marathon. It is not gonna happen tomorrow. It's not gonna possibly happen next week. It's not gonna happen next month. It's not gonna happen. It may not happen next year, right? It may take you a long time. But man, think about it this way: if you can just get better every single day, just imagine how much better you will be than everybody else that quit. Sometimes it's just about one person. I saw one clip, man. It say sometimes it ain't even about being the greatest. It's about, man, do you got the grit? Do you got the stamina to just keep going. When ain't nothing going your way, where it seemed like all the tables are turned against you, seem like everybody is counting you out, seem like you can't catch a break. But it's like, no, man, I know. I know, man, that if I just keep going, if I just keep going forward, it ain't you can't tell me I can't have what I have. You understand? And so Nipsey's, because I want to make sure I get it right. Nipsey saw success as a long game, not a quick win. His marathon mindset is about patience, endurance, and building generational wealth and impact. All right. So one of the things I loved about Nipsey, and that's why I think gravitated me towards him, is how he was so invested in giving back to the community that built him. I'm talking about Crenshaw, talking about, and I love, like, he would, like, there were certain interviews where it's like you had to really understand what he was talking about to see, like, man, how is this related to what he rapping about? But talking about taking the money he making, investing it back in his business, and then also investing it back in his community by buying commercial buildings to be able to lease out to the community for those that wanted to start businesses. Then he had a project where he was working on tech, like doing tech in the Crenshaw area. And for those of you who don't know, who are watching or listening to this podcast, usually what happens for inner city kids and children and areas is they are the last to get any advancements that are made, right? So, like, even when you think about AI, and let's think about the internet access, right? So when the internet first came out, like, the inner city people are not going to get that first. They're going to get that last. Or the AI, when the AI comes out, yes, you could download it on the phone or whatever, but everybody, sometimes we assume, hey, everybody got a phone or everybody got a smartphone. There's still people out there with flip phones. There's still people out there with, like, government phones and stuff, right? So you gotta think about that. So what I loved about Nipsey, man, that homeboy was like, look, man, I'm from Crenshaw. I'm gonna bring this. I'm gonna put my store in the hood I grew up in. I'm gonna elevate the community that I'm around, because that's what it's about. The homeboy, I think he had a basketball court, all kind of cool stuff he was doing. And it's just a tragedy to lose someone like that. But what I love is, like, him and his team, they're keeping that movement alive. They're making sure that people know that, hey, man, like, this brother didn't die in vain. We finna make sure that we get advancement in the areas that we need it, right? And that's what I loved about Nipsey. And these were the three people I wanted to tap into for this episode with the mindset. I wanted you guys to understand that in pursuing your goals and dreams, the mindset, I guarantee you, the mindset is the most important piece. The most important piece. Because the trials, the tribulations, the hurt, the pain is coming. It's coming. And if your mindset ain't right, it's gonna knock you out. It's gonna knock you out every single time. So you gotta get your mind right. You gotta get your mind right. You gotta get your mind right. I want to say that multiple times so you understand. You got to get your mind right. Okay? So when you're pursuing, I'm gonna give you a perfect example of why, like, as dreamers, sometimes we struggle. Okay? So what happens is, especially if you're transitioning and trying to go from a job to being an entrepreneur, that's two different mindsets, right? That is two different mindsets. The 9-to-5 worker, think about this and think about if this is you, if this is how you operate in your current role in your job. And the 9-to-5 person who doesn't have aspiration, who doesn't have goals to do. And again, we're not saying there's nothing wrong with working jobs. We like, because I know I'm gonna get old people. Well, everybody don't want to be an entrepreneur. Okay, got it. All right. But if you got this mindset where you like, man, I'm just here to get the check. I've heard that so many times. Or, man, that ain't my job. Or, man, I ain't got to do that while I'm there. Okay, that's a whole nother mindset, Dan. Hey, I'm going to go be a business owner. Because when you're a business owner, let me tell you, everything your fault, right? When something go wrong, everything your fault. It fall on you because you're the business owner, okay? Employee call out or don't want to do their job, that it fall on you. You can't be like customer, hey, you know what? My employee called out today, so yeah, we can't open. No, that's not how entrepreneurship work. You make it happen. Usually, with the mindset of an entrepreneur, let me tell you what kind of mindset you gotta have. In the beginning, maybe maybe 0 through 5, it's just you. Maybe sometimes 0 through 8, it's just you and you doing everything. And so you gotta know how to do sales. You gotta know how to do marketing. You gotta know how to do branding. You gotta know how to do customer service, right? These are all elements of business that allow you to grow. And here's the thing, like, bruh, it's so crazy right now. Like, it is 2025. There is no excuse. You got YouTube University. You can literally go on there if you want to learn sales, learn how to do sales more effectively, more efficiently. You can literally go Google it or go YouTube it and look at somebody that got, I would say, a good following, and then look at the comments. Say, hey, oh yeah, I use this and it helped me get more sales, or I done this, and you don't always have to pay for a program. Okay, a lot of times it's the information is right in front of you, but you just need to know what question to ask. Okay, so again, I'm sorry I got on a little soapbox. I wanted to keep this episode quick, but I hope that you got something from this information. All right. So again, we all about takeaways with the Manifest Your Dreams podcast. So I'm gonna give you the 3 takeaways from these particular superstars and legends. All right. So the takeaway from Kobe, okay, is success requires redefining your identity and committing fully to mastery of your craft. I'm gonna say that again. Success requires redefining your identity and committing fully to mastering of your craft. All right, that's one. Next, we're going on to Tom Brady. Champions are built in the unseen hours, not just on the big stage. I'm gonna say that again. That's for somebody that hit somebody's spirit that stayed all the way to the end that's listening. Champions are built in the unseen hours, not just on the big stage. Okay? All right, and then the last one, Nipsey Hussle. The takeaway. True legacy comes from consistency, community, and vision beyond yourself. I'm going to say that again. True legacy comes from consistency, community, and vision beyond yourself. So look, this is Coach D, man. I'm telling you, you have everything you need to achieve your goals and dreams. Let's focus on getting this mindset right, all right? So got a little challenge for you. So for anyone who stayed all the way to the end, what I would like you to do, okay, is I want you to implement any one of these 3. You don't have to do all 3, any one of them. And let's just do it for a week, okay? Let's do it for a week. Show up and see how. If you got trouble figuring out, go to chat. Say, hey, chat, I was on this cool podcast called the Manifest Your Dreams podcast. And they were like, hey, they taught us about what this Black Mamba mentality is. Hey, what are some ways I can use Black Mamba mentality in what I'm currently doing? Boom. What a prompt. Okay? What a prompt. They gonna give you the game. All right? And then all you got to do now is execute. All right? So this is Coach D, like I said, telling you have everything you need to achieve your goals and dreams. Let's get to these goals and dreams together. Subscribe, like, comment, share so that we can reach more people and help more people achieve their goals and dreams. Let's do it, y'all. Woo! That was good. Yeah, I don't need to. That was good. That felt good.